You know, you were very fortunate that you were able to get back on your feet so quickly, but for a 90-year-old person who falls and breaks their hip, it's very difficult, and that's where we really can make such a difference.
Are you seeing the clients that you're working with, Ms. Cook, are they older? Are people living longer, but they've got problems, I'm sure?
Everybody has some problems, but they're older. Most of the people I've always worked with, after I stopped working with children, it's older people. And I find that they really need you. Most of them may be lonely, or we just don't go there because they're lonely. They need other things too. But they're glad to see somebody come in this cheerful and somebody they're excited to see, and they know they're going to help them, you know. So that makes a difference.
And they also know that you care.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is the big difference when you walk in there, because you don't have to be there.
Right. And a lot of them, they've been there all that time. They don't listen to the radio anymore or anything.
That's depression.
And it's not good. So I always find out what they like, and we find a program or something that they like that they can enjoy. And it kind of give them a new outlook on life.
Yes, yes. Are some of your people that you work with, are they still driving their cars and things like that?
No, no.
Okay.
Most of them have never driven.
Really?
Now the ones I have never driven. They just, had normal lives where they rode the bus and went to work or had a pickup transportation for them or something.
We will occasionally have a client who drives, but it's rare.
It's rare,
we do serve some younger people with disabilities, and in those cases, sometimes they may drive. Sometimes it really varies, but it could be some type of paralysis, paraplegia, or quadriplegia, or an illness such as multiple sclerosis. So we serve. Depending on how we're funded, we can serve older people who are just frail and need a little bit of help, or we can serve a younger person as well.
Do you work with people with HIV?
Yes, we do.
Oh, that's so good to hear. So good to hear. I like that. I guess you're not afraid to work with them, because I've had so many people say, oh, if you touch them, you're going to get HIV. I don't believe in that garbage.
Well, we do a lot of training for the AIDS. And,
like what? Tell me.
Well, number one, we have a training school and train people who want to become home health aides. So, they see Miss Cook out there and they want to become just like her, and they can go through our school. Right now it's a 75-hour program.
Really?
Soon to increase, but that's what it is right at this moment. But we also do a lot of ongoing training for the aides, so that they're very familiar with Alzheimer's disease and HIV, and they learn CPR, they learn some very unique types of skills as well. They can, we're teaching a group Reiki right now, which is a...
Reiki?
Reiki, it's a...
R-A-C-K-E-Y?
No, R-E-I-K-I.
R-E-I-K-I, okay.
And it's a gentle touch technique. It's an Eastern technique. And we have a group that is learning that right now, and they've been able to use that with their clients, particularly their clients with Alzheimer's disease.
Now this is like a massage?
It's like massage, but it's a little more gentle. It's more just of a gentle laying of hands. And it's been very exciting.
It sounds exciting. I want to get involved in this. I don't have enough to do, but I'll take some more. This is wonderful. Now, how do you train someone to work with what do you want to call it when someone's having a stroke or something when they have HIV, or if you have to give them mouth-to-mouth resuscitation? Do you do that with an HIV person?
Well, we do have somebody, an instructor, who comes in and provides the instruction on CPR.
Because I don't want to get you involved in any problems, but HIV, I really want to know all I can about that, because I've had shows on HIV. And people think, well, she's got HIV, she turns the doorknob, I'm going to get it, so they go get the Lysol and spray the bottles, that's not right. They're human beings. They're really human beings, and they're like us, They just made a bad choice. So Reiki is teaching hands-on, like a massage, only it's much lighter.
That's right.
And women and men both do this?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And what does a person have to have wrong with them to have this done?
Well, we actually have a special grant right now to teach this, and it's for... it's designed for the aides that are working with some of our clients with Alzheimer's disease. And we're also going to be training some of the family members, and everybody's very excited. It's a voluntary training, but people are very excited about it.
Now, a lot of them cannot walk, right?
Not a lot. We don't have a lot of people. I don't think that can.
No,
that are senior citizens.
Well, it's a mix.
We have a mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them are slow, but they can still walk.
That's okay, as long as they can get around. That's good, and that makes them feel good about themselves.
Sure.
It gives empowerment. You know, I call it lifting up by the hands of God, because that's what they feel when you would do something like that. Because I have a friend who's like, her mother's maybe 90-something. I'll take her to the grocery store. It may take us an hour to get down one aisle, but
that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Take your time with them.
They want to look and touch everything, but that's what it's all about. They don't see like we see, and they don't feel like we feel. So I'm excited about this. I knew when I saw you on TV on WSA 9 News that I had to get involved with you all somehow. I really do, because I feel so good sitting here with you. I really do. You're doing God's work. And God's sure given me a lot of work to do, I can tell you, with myself and other people as well. Tell me a little bit more about what you do too. You go to the grocery store.
Go to the grocery store.
You cook the meals.
Meals, baths, and walks.
Oh, you can take them outside for a walk? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the ones who can walk.
Okay.
What
about a wheelchair?
If they use a walker or wheelchair, they can still go. We still take them outside. There's some place for them to sit if they don't have a wheelchair.
Okay.
You take them out, and then some of them can walk, take a short walk, and come back without having to sit. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Do you have young children, like she was talking about? Do you have children with autism and things like that?
Right now, we don't. When the agency first started, we focused more on families with children, and particularly families in which often the mother was not in the home or needed some instruction in order to provide. It could have been that type of situation, or even a mother who, for one reason or another, needed some assistance in preparing healthy meals, housekeeping techniques. So that's really how we started. I know Ms. Cook did a lot of that.
Really? That's how you got started, huh? That's great.
A lot of younger ladies who have had new babies and didn't know how to care for them. You know.
That's good. Yeah. That is good. To bring these little ones into the world. I mean, because my niece, I told you, when I was 8 years old, and she was born like maybe 5 pounds and 12 ounces. And of course, her mom was very, very nervous. So she said, will you watch her for a little while? And I'll take her for 2 weeks and take her back 2 weeks. You know. But she was so grateful to go back and finish school. I made her go back to school, high school, computer class and all that. So now she's got a high, good job, you know, and everything. She's happy. But you must devote a lot of yourself, and you have to put your own self on hold. I have done this, so I know. And you just think about what you're doing. Because that's the most important job, because God's given us that. God never gives us any more than we can carry. And I don't want to carry anymore. I just don't. Like I say, the loss of my son was the most horrible thing in the world. So it's very difficult. But you can, how long do you stay with, like, say a young girl, 16 or 17, is living in a home with her parents, has a new baby, and doesn't know what to do?
I've never had one that young. The youngest I've had was like in the 30s that have had a child, but they had a problem themselves, so she needed help in learning how to take care of. That was her first child and only child. So she had problems learning how to take care of a baby. She thought if she fed it once a day that was enough.
And change their diapers, that's all you got to do.
But and I taught her, and I think in a week's time she learned the difference.
Really?
You know,
Okay.
But if you haven't had a child, at that age, you just don't know, you know. But she did quite well with him.
Really?
She did quite well.
Would you believe I dropped out of school and was married at 15, had my first baby at 16? I had to go back and do everything. And it was so much harder with that baby than it would have been if I'd have kept my head straight and gone straight through on my own.
Yeah.
But I made mistakes, but he grew up, he was the one that was murdered. And I mean, I taught him everything I could. But as you grow older, you get so much wiser, don't you?
You learn something on the way.
And I think we learn a lot from our clients as well, our older clients.
Yes.
So there's really a lot of give and take.
Yeah,
Yes,
because I mean, I
history.
can come here and go home, flick on the television set, you know, but when someone's in a home like that with a problem and they have no one to help them, that must be a darn scary time. I know it would be. I know it would be.
And I think for many of our older clients, they realize that we're really helping them to stay at home rather than having to go to a nursing home or an assisted living facility. And they just really want to be there. So it makes a huge difference to them.
Yeah, because you all, I only met you for half an hour now, I guess, but you all are both caring women. I can see that in your eyes.
I love it. I love it.
You love it, yes.
I have
And
a
you're not
passion
selfish.
for it.
You're not selfish, you guys.
Yeah.
Even though you're not married, Miss Cook, you're still not selfish.
No, I'm so damn not. Because if there's somebody that need help, I will help them.
Yeah, if you get a call in the middle of the night, I have a girl who's been beaten up, who just got out of the violence with a child. I will go get her. And I put them up in my own house. Because I don't want to see more girls and kids hurt like that. Because I was in abuse myself. Because I wasn't very smart. But I tell everybody now, our brain only sees what our heart wants to feel. That's my motto now. And it's very true. You only see what you want to see. So
That's right.
it's very difficult.
That's a good one.
Well, write it down. Our brain only sees what our heart wants to feel.
Okay.
And that's something that is very important to me. I tell these girls. But when you once give help, they are so grateful.
Yes.
Oh, their little cheeks go way up here, and they're so happy. You just don't know how they feel. Well, you know how they feel. You all work in this.
Yes.
So I never had any idea we would all three could get into something like this.
Yeah,
Because I've done mine alone in so many ways, and you have people to help you. So that night that I caught your show on TV, though, I was kind of apprehensive. I was tired. I had just left here, and I went home, had a glass of wine, and was chilling, as I call it. And you guys came on, and I just, you got to come on my show. You got to come on my show. Because if there's anything, any darn thing I can do, you just let me know. If you have some fundraising coming up, or you want me to go stand on the corner with a hat with money, I will. I will help you guys.
We appreciate that.
Well, I will donate as much time as I can to this.
Thank
you
you.
guys have been doing it a long time. 25 years?
Well, 25 for me.
25 for you, and
38.
38 for you. You don't look a day over 38 yourself. You know, the work you love to do keeps you young.
Yes.
It really, really, and you're not married and you haven't missed it, huh? You haven't missed anything. You don't have to cook meals for anybody or anything else like that. But there's a lot of, do you ever get lonely?
No, indeed.
What do you do
I don't have
when,
time.
Okay, but when you do have time, what's your favorite thing to do?
I like to read.
Okay.
And I work in church a lot with different organizations, with the cancer ministry and things like that.
I'm sorry, but we've got to cut. You know where our time is up? Our 30 minutes have just gone like that, but I'm so glad you came here
Thank
today.
you.
And I'd like to have you back sometime when you're making
Thank you.
changes or
Thank
something.
you.
And if I can help you with fundraising, please let me know.
We will. Thank you so
Okay?
much.
I want to thank you. And
thank-
Ms. Cook, I want to thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sorry about
Okay,
that.
that's okay.
I want all of my listeners to watch this show today. I'd like for you to let me know what you think about it. And if you've got an extra $1 you don't need, put it in an envelope and send it to them. Thank you for watching. Till next time.